Hello everyone, this is Bethany from Southern Couture and I am so excited for today's video. I am going to be sharing my complete setup and ideas for the Maranatha Advent Study from Yes and Amen Studio, and I am just thrilled. This one is so fun and so special, and I guess it's because I just love Christmas so much, but I cannot wait to share the idea that I have for my setup, where my heart and inspiration came from it, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it. I hope you will do the same thing if you feel led to. If you do, you have to share with me and let me see pictures. That would be so fun. And maybe even if you have a completely different setup that you're already prepping, then some of these ideas maybe will help you too in whatever setup you may have. So I want to start off, since this is such a special video, and just have a prayer and say, Lord Jesus, be with us and help us as we are preparing our hearts during this Advent study. Let us have fun and do all of this creative part for your glory, that you receive the honor. But more than that, as we go into the study, let it not take precedence over your word, over what you want to speak to us, your voice through the Holy Spirit. We are so thankful for this time with you as we are looking for your return. May it be on our hearts and minds every day. We love you and we thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, well, this is, like I said, the Maranatha Advent Study from Yes and Amen Studio, and if you have not checked it out, there is a physical kit that is available, but it has sold out. So if you, which have no, don't be upset. If you didn't grab it, you can still study along with us and get the digital kit. I'll be talking about the digital kit today in the video and how you can do all of the things that I have done here with the digital kit. And it is amazing. There are so many good things in that digital kit, which we'll talk about more too. So you can definitely still join in. You are not going to be left out one bit. I promise you that. So let's go ahead and get started talking about this. If you do want to grab yours and you haven't, I meant to say that down below in the description, there is a link to yesandamenstudio.com where you can pick up the digital kit. And there's also a freebie download over there too, that has some pattern papers and some fun little tickets. And so you don't want to miss that. But I want to read the little title card for the study. It says, when he comes with all the glory of the Father, he will still be to us, to his people, the Theodora, the gift of God, the great unspeakable benediction to the sons of men. I wish that the people of Christ had this aspect of the Lord's glory more consciously on their hearts, for though he seems to tarry, yet will he come again the second time, as he promised. And that's a quote from Spurgeon. And then over here it says, with that blessed hope before us, let no heart remain unstrung. Let the mighty Advent chorus onward roll on every tongue. Maranatha, come, Lord Jesus, quickly come. And I'm so looking forward to this as I finished studying Revelations earlier this year, and that focus of his glory and how it will shine bright and there'll be no need for light and his return and all of that. It just is so powerful as we move into Maranatha. I'm just so thankful to be able to have this study to follow up with that, and just follow up with Fallen and how our perspective and our focus and our vision has got to be on him and on his return in this broken world, and on having people turn to him, repent and turn to him. So this is such a fun study, and I want to talk to you now about my setup. So this is my little title card, and what I have decided to do, guys, is this isn't really to me a faith dex or a memory dex. It may look like it, but it's really not. I don't have the little memory dex box that I'm using. Why I'm doing this box, and I really wanted a photo box where it would be closed up with a lid, but I didn't find one that I liked. The one I saw was just way too big, and the mini version was just way too small. So this is the box I ended up going with, and it is what I am calling my little love letters, my love letters to God. And it's my little mailbox, my love letters that I want to send to God. And behind each card, I'll go into this, I have a prayer envelope, and it's going to be my little love letter, my prayer card that I want to send to God every day. And I'm going to have that there, and I'll show that. But this came from, it may be silly, but you see the Christmas movies, and you've seen the storylines and maybe the love story movies and things that has like this long lost couple or love, and one of the, you know, either the woman or the man had sent off all of these love letters, and for whatever reason the other person didn't get them, or whatever, and you know, they were saved for them and they find them years later, or you know, they had them, collected them, saved them, but never could find the person, you know, and they reunite, that sort of thing. Well, I always loved how they had this beautiful little box that was a treasured keepsake with all of those letters in it that they could look back and read for years to come. And I thought, why not during such a special time? Christmas is my favorite. I absolutely adore doing this Advent study and having the creative, you know, space with it. Why not do something like that where it is something that will be a treasured keepsake of mine for years to come, that people will be able, my children could read these as they get older, and pass it down to them, or you know, what about those in the tribulation that may come behind and they find our Bibles, they find our notes, and they see that, you know, I want this to be a blessing to someone else. So that was my heart behind doing this, and I'm just so excited about having all of my love letters and my notes and my prayers to God in here. So what I have done, and if you're wanting to follow along, as some of you were interested, I know, in doing so when I shared a little bit about this on Instagram, here is what I have done. Whether you have physical or digital, you can do this either way. I have went and I have a title card, and I cut out a little card for it, and that's the one that I had, and I had to make an extra, well, not an extra, but I made a little card for it. So you would need to make a card that would fit it on the back. Now be sure with your box that it's not going to be too wide that you can't fit it in here. This box came from Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section. It was half off, so it was like $5. Now the side of it does have this Christmas, but I'm not going to worry about it. You could always paint this if you wanted. You could put something here on the front. I'm going to probably leave mine as is, but you could do that. And then, because there's so much color, I think having the natural wood will be pretty. So what I did was I have my title card, and I have a prayer card, which I will show you guys, a prayer envelope, because I like to start off with a prayer, as you guys know, and finish that way. And then for each day, I have, like, let me go through past the ones I've already done. So let's pretend, you know, here we're starting at day 1. So like you've got, here's your card, right, for that day. Well, then you're going to make a little bit of, just a little card out of patterned paper. There's some patterned papers that come in the freebie that you could print off. You could go through your stash, and don't just look in your Christmas stuff. I have cards in here, like a lot of these came from spring and summery papers that I had. You'll see, because the colors just match so well. So use whatever you have, and I'm loving being able to just go through my stash and bust it up to pieces, if you know what I mean. So these cards, don't quote me, but they're not, I mean, I'm trying to remember if it was like a 3x5 or something like that. I will try to remember and put the dimensions for my cards or envelopes down in the description. But just measure your little card here. I wanted it to be where, like it would be a little bit larger, but I didn't want it to be too tall that it would be sticking out of here. So I want to say that it's about like I want to say it's a 3.5 by either a 4 3/4 or like a 5, something like that. Now your envelope, you might make it just a tad bit wider on each side so that you can fit a prayer card down in it, okay? But so you're going to want to have a card to put each of your days on. So this would be like 25 of these little cards, and then you would want to get 25 envelopes. So I did 26, I believe, and I did a couple extras, but 26 if you want to have your initial prayer card too, okay? So 25 of these cards, or 26 of these for your title card and all your days, and then you'll have 26 envelopes for your initial prayer envelope, and then you'll have your one for each day, okay? What's awesome about this is that for the envelope here, I have cut all of mine out using my Cricut machine. If you don't have a Cricut machine, don't be despaired, okay? You could order or go and get just packs. I believe you can buy just packs of envelopes that are in like the small note card stationery size. And I believe that this size is like that smaller size. You could get that and use that. You could embellish them if you wanted, which is what I'll show. But you could even do that with plain ones. You could probably get all of like a plain light pink or turquoise or whatever. It could be white, and embellish them because there's so many colors in the kit. You could totally do that if you do not have a Cricut, okay? So don't feel like you can't. If you do, hey, and one thing you could do is you wouldn't even have to have the envelopes if you didn't want. You could take your note, fold it up, like tri-fold it, and then just stick something on it to seal it, and you could stick it down in there. So make it work for you, okay? Don't feel like you can't do this if you like the idea and you don't have a machine, okay? Also, if you I have the Cricut machine, and you do want to make these envelopes. I have about 4 different designs and styles, and I have cut them out. The cut file that will have all 4 of the designs, it makes it super simple. I've already sized them down to this dimensions that I've used for this box. I'll have that cut file link down below in the description where you can go click it, you click make it, and you're good to go. Okay, if you have a scoring tool with your Cricut, that's what made this so nice, because it scored my lines, so it made it so much easier for me to fold them over. I just adhered them, folded it over. Okay, so I mean, it takes just a little bit of time, but it's not too much. I was actually surprised at how quick it went, and it was actually a lot of fun just to sit down and put these all together while I was you know, watching Christmas movies, of course. So that is basically the whole concept. I have done that for every single day. I am nowhere near finished embellishing them because I want to take my time and enjoy that part, but I wanted to go ahead and get this idea out there so you could see it. So title card, what I have done is taken my title card. I've got this gold glittered paper that I found in a summer pack, imagine that. And I have all of these cut down, of course, like I said, to the dimensions. And then I've used these little, I guess you call them pop dot type adhesive dots. These are actually from the dollar store. So, you know, check it out and be smart about your money. But that is what I used because they're almost the same size as that card, because I didn't want it, like I said, to be too tall or too large. It couldn't be much wider than this card. So I wanted it to pop off of that background card, so that's why I did put my little pop dots on there, and I love how that gave it some dimension. I did also punch out tabs. As you'll see, here's a tab on this one. I punched out tabs for every single card, not for my envelopes, but for my daily cards. So you could punch out, if you have a tab punch out 25 tabs. I punched out, I think, like 50 or more because I wanted to have front and back on most of them. This one I didn't, but most of them do. And then I just went through with some little of the ephemeras, these little, you know, you got all these little pieces or packs that came in the physical kit. Well, you've also got them in the digital. And let me show you. I've printed mine out, and a lot of them are in this little container separate. So you've got a lot. If you did digital, you can still definitely work through. Don't feel like you can't, you know, you can't still do this. If you just have digital, because those would work. You would have them cut out and put right on your card. I just put them down with a Tim Holtz tiny attacher. So that would be my title card. And then next, as you would go through my little love note card box, you would have the initial prayer to get started. And so with this one, this is pattern paper that came with the digital or the freebie. I can't remember which. And then I cut it out using my Cricut. And I did seal it off with this red yarn that came around the physical kit. Now, I did find some white yarn. I think it's like identical to it. It is super, super soft. This is from Hobby Lobby, and I got it. It was on sale. But I wanted to show you, oh, if I can find it. Let me see. I had it, a little tag that had the brand. Here it is. This is the brand. It is Yarn Bee, a cotton XXL white, okay? So that is what it is. And it's super soft. And this was, like I said, from Hobby Lobby. And I'm planning on attaching or closing every one of my little love notes and cards, my envelopes, just the envelopes, I'm sorry, with yarn or ribbon or something. I want it to be, once I put it in there, it is an intimate, private thing. I want it all tied up until I'm ready for someone else to have it. And, you know, like I said, later. And then that will be keep those nice and tidy. So that's what I did on these. Let me open it real quick. I'll retie this later, but I want to open it so you can see what I've done inside with it. I've used one of the tickets from the freebie. Put some pop dots on this Maranatha tag here. This came on the physical kit, but you could definitely, like, there is a Maranatha word that came that should be on your digital, so you could even use that. I almost put that on there, but I'm going to use it for something else, but you could put that there. I had some alpha stickers that matched, and I put that on the front. Used some washi. This did come in the kit, but I know a lot of you have just a black and white washi that you could also use. And then I wanted to go ahead and get it sealed up so you could have an idea of what I'm doing. I just don't know if this one's going to come open good or not. I shouldn't have put it probably where I did. And I don't know if it's going to want to come off because this is printed paper. Oops. This one's not like a normal paper. This is the one I printed. So I'm not going to peel that off. What I have done is used a prayer card that came, and I'm stuck it in there with a prayer written on it as we get ready to start Advent. And then I'll attach this back on here like I had it, and then it will go right into my box. So let me just do that real quick if I can. And there you go, okay? And there you have it. You're good to go, and then that will go right behind your title card, okay? So now, for the first few days, I will show you. Here was my day 1 card. Again, pop dots to put the card on, a tab attached with some washi, some fun little Christmas stickers that I had, and I put those on there just to embellish it a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy or fancy. And then here's my envelope with my little... It'll have a prayer in it. I could write some of the scripture references for this day. I may put those on cards and put them in here too. And this is a velvet ribbon that I found also at Hobby Lobby. I'll show you those in just a second. But I have added each day. I'm going to be using these number badges that we have, physical and digital, on every single envelope with that word title also that came physical and digital, okay? So that tells me, it reminds me what day it's for and what the title for that day is. And then I added some of the ephemera embellishments, some washi behind there and some washi right here, okay? And then you can put your little journaling cards in there. I'm going to put that back so I'll know to put that on there. Then, like I said, here's day 2. I did the same thing. Got your tab, a fun little puffy sticker, the little scalloped piece down there, and you are good to go. Now, this one I should be able to show you because it's not printed paper. My printed paper, I don't know why, but my washi doesn't want to come off. So there's my yarn around it. I just like it because it makes it look so cute and fun that it's all sealed up, okay, like some old-fashioned stationery, you know. And then you've got your same thing. I did some embellishment with some ephemera washi, your number badge, your day 2 title, and then I had these fun little like gem, I don't know, adhesive jeweled like things. I put those on there, and then I love these envelopes too. They were so fun to make. So you can kind of see here what I'm talking about. I've got my day 2 card, and I put like a little stencil that I have with a number 2 on it, and then I put another little journaling card on the back because this was actually the packing slip on the back of one of the packs in the physical kit. So use what comes with it and just use it all, recycle it and make it useful. And then I put one of the journaling cards that came in there, and I'm good to go. One thing I do want to do that I don't have out here right now is I have different sequins and things like that. I think it would be fun to just kind of throw those in there too, because you know how you guys like to get Happy Meal and have fun things like Janet called it on her live, the jiggly jigglies. So I thought that would be fun to kind of put in there too and just make it, you know, make it so fun. Okay. So, we've got that on there. There's your ribbon, so that would be for day 2. And that's as far as I've got because I wanted you guys to have an idea. So, just look at all that fun, chunky goodness that's going to be in here once I have all of these done. And another thing that I would love to add is like little mini bells or just fun things like that. Look in the gift wrap section. Those little fun embellishments that you see that, like, usually I'm like, that'd be so expensive to put that on every single present I wrap. Well, those are the type of things that you could use on here, and it would be a lot of fun. I do have some of those I need to pull out, and I wanted to add those on here. I think that would be great. Oh, I do want to show you the velvet ribbon real quick, too. So here is that velvet ribbon. It is Merchant 41. I got this at Hobby Lobby this weekend. It was, I believe, half off. So like this one was $1. Wasn't crazy. And it comes with, let's see, 6 feet. So not a crazy amount, but for $1, I just couldn't pass it up. It's really pretty. I liked having the thin pieces instead of something too thick just because of what I'm doing with it, with having it tied around like you saw on the other card. I didn't want something too terribly thick that would cover up a lot of my embellishments. So I grabbed a pack of red, and then this kind of peachy color I thought would be fun too. On some of the ones that don't have as much, you know, that have a lot of color, something just more muted like that might be good to use. And then, of course, I showed you that yarn that I'm going to be using. And then I wanted to also mention for a fun little craft that you could do, I almost made my Maranatha card into a shaker card. And I thought it would be fun to do that. And then I thought, no, I'm going to make a fun little shaker card to go right in the front of my box, and then that way my Maranatha card would kind of show through it when I'm flipping through. And I'm going to probably use this Maranatha title put it inside of my little shaker card. So my shaker card will be about the size of this. Put it down in there. I have some really fun sequins and all different bright fun colors that would be really cute to go down in it. Maybe throw some glitter down in that pack. Another fun thing that you could add is like look through your trying to find like in the little ephemeras, and I'm trying to find some smaller ones here, and I can't get them because they're like fell to the bottom, but grab some of the fun ephemeras. You could put those down in that little shaker card too, and then have it sealed up. And how cute would it be? So imagine the shaker card, and then this is the little snowflake that came on the physical kit, but you can buy Christmas-themed wood pieces like this at the craft store if you didn't get the physical kit. I want to paint that and then have that kind of like tied to my shaker card or attached at the top, and I think that would be so cute to have at the front. Now, I'm not going to put it in the card because it's thicker, but I think it would be fun to attach it to it. So that's just another little fun, crafty idea that I wanted to throw out in case you guys would like to do something like that. Now, if you also, let's talk about printing digital, because if you didn't get physical, I don't want you to be upset or feel left out that you can't join. You see, these are all of the negative paper from the physical kit, or the digital kit. It comes with cut files, guys, and I talked about this earlier this week. I did a tutorial showing you how to take your cut files that you get when you purchase the digital download, put them straight into Design Space, and cut them out. I did it as a screen recording, so it is so simple. It tells you exactly what to click on. There are also screenshots on my blog, so I'm going to leave a link down below to that video. But you will see these are the same cut files the manufacturer got, so they work amazing. Okay, look how clean and crisp the cuts are. They're stunning. And that is what I did with these here that you see. And look at this. I mean, you can't even tell that this was cut out like that with a Cricut. It looks like this is the same as these. I mean, it's amazing, okay? So I loved that, and I wanted to make sure you guys saw that. And I did too, is one of the freebies is tickets, okay? We had these fun little tickets that were offered as a freebie. Print them on pattern, print the back, do a page of pattern paper that's in the freebie as well, and then print these on the back. So how fun would it be to have that? So if you're doing a tag book or a ring or something, you would flip it over, you would have that design on the back instead of it just being plain white. So I thought that was a really fun idea that you could do. These here are the sticker sheets, and I will link down below the matte photo paper that I used to print these out on, because you can see there's such good quality and colors. I will leave that paper link down below for you. And then I did my stickers, which I'm just blown away. I did this on white sticker paper with a vinyl setting using my Cricut, and I showed how to do this more also with, I believe it was In Camp, but look at that. It just peels right off. It doesn't even go through the back of it. Okay, so try that out. The white sticker paper is linked down below as well. And then I will link this vellum paper. I printed all the pattern papers on vellum, and look at that. It is so precious. It is so cute. So here's the thing I want to do with this. I think will be fun. Cut down the vellum pieces to make them the size of my envelope. And when I get my little note card in there, my little letter, then I'll have that little fun vellum piece to stick down in there too, just for a fun little extra, and throw some sequins in. How fun would that be? So that's what I'm going to do with all the vellum pieces. And you can see they're just gorgeous when you print them out on the vellum. I love the detail there that you get. But that would probably be it, guys, for what I wanted to show y'all from my setup. Last year, I did do an Advent album type ring book with hymnal pages, which is a really special one. I will link it down below if you're kind of curious and want to do something like that. It was very fun, super simple to put together. So I think you guys would enjoy it too. Whatever you do, I think so many of these ideas would be helpful. If you want to do something with these love letters and cards, you could definitely do that. Whether you're doing, any of the setups, it would be so fun. But if you do a little love letter box, please, please, please tag me if you do share it, or send me pictures if you don't want to share it with everyone, or tag me in our Yes and Amen Studio Facebook group, so that I can see it over there. I would love to see it once you get your setup going. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Leave them down below in the comments, and make sure you grab your kit, your digital kit from yesandamenstudio.com. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. I'm going to go get prepping some more of my little cards and having a good time with that. And I hope you join us. But make sure you are subscribed. Click that bell icon so you know when the next video is coming up. And I will see y'all then. All right. Bye-bye.